Welcome back. Joining us here today at the studio is a regular. He is Mr. Victor Nsiewe. He's a socio-political analyst, and he is one amazing person that comes here for the show to have a good time with us every Sunday. It's a pleasure to have you here with us, Mr. Victor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's my pleasure.
National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, has accused some medical centers and personnel of indulging in organ harvesting in what has become a booming trade in Akwa Ibom State. The state zonal coordinator of NAPTIP, Mr. Emmanuel Auhen, made the startling allegation Saturday in Oyo as stakeholders marked the National Human Trafficking Awareness Day 2025, themed Strengthening Communities by Connecting the Dots. Between 2021 and 2024, approximately 750,000 to 1 million children have been abducted for trafficking and other exploitative purposes. These often involve victims being forced, coerced, deceived, or manipulated into providing sexual advance services or labor through abuse of trust, power, or authority. The State Coordinator Network Against Child Trafficking, Abuse and Labor, Peace Edem, highlighted that different forms of human trafficking have been mentioned: sex trafficking, labor trafficking, and organ trafficking. The associated dangers are first physical danger, violence, abuse, forced labor, and the rest of them. Then there is the emotional and psychological dangers. So we need to also sensitize our communities against these dangers, because some of them innocently go into it without knowing. Now, Mr. Victor, I'd love to get your thoughts concerning the organ harvesting. I'm sure you've had several issues concerning this incident. What do you have to say concerning this? For the fact that it has raised thoughts, it has raised those in Akwa Ibom State. I'm sure other states are also affected. But coming from Akwa Ibom, what do you have to say concerning this?
This accusation from NAPTIP, I'll say, is a very dangerous one. A very dangerous one in the sense that we're just hearing this. A very dangerous one because it will bring down the states economically and otherwise. Now, coming up to make such an accusation or allegation of organ harvesting, and you're pointing to a particular state, do you know how bad it is? We've been in the news, we've been here, we've never had any day that arrests have been made or on such what's it called, case. Do they know what this organ harvesting thing, do people think it's a child's play? Do these hospitals have the facilities to do these things or to carry out these things? So NAPTIP coming out to say that Akwa Ibom, in quotes, hospitals in Akwa Ibom engage in what's it called, Akwa Ibom. That's like demarketing your nation. Akwa Ibom, as far as Victor is concerned, it's a place where you go, you relax, you feel free. You understand? They have that hospitality. But with this now, you won't tell me to go to Akwa Ibom and stay in a hotel or go to Akwa Ibom and do whatever. Most business people won't go there. They didn't come up with a proof. You understand me? There was no proof whatsoever. I've not seen. I don't know if there is any. But if there is any, they should prove us wrong. I don't see any. I have not seen anyone. Now coming up to say, organ harvesting, you mean the hearts, kidneys, name them. How many people, how many reports have been made? Have there been open cases of this? If you tell me of what's it called, child trafficking for house help and everything, we all know before now. before now, you know, when you hear that name Ikaite, you hear the name Atn and the rest of them. It's in fact, once you hear the Akwa Ibom name, you tend them to be house helps. That we all know. But coming down to say they are now into organ harvesting, come on now, without a proof, it is wrong. It is wrong. I condemn NAPTIP spokesperson for saying such, because we haven't seen any. I've not heard of any. We've not heard of maybe parents trying to, you understand, complaining or missing children. I've been to Akwa Ibom not once, not twice, not 10 times. I've not heard. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
So these are allegations that have to look.
Yes, because you are demarcating the states. They are demarcating the state right now. It is wrong. But if there is any, this is a serious allegation, then the state government, the federal government, they have to swing into action. They have to make people know, trust in Akwa Ibom again. Because with what I just saw now, I believe, I'm telling you, believe in me, I am not trusting the place. See me, I'm defending it, but I'm still saying, I cannot even go there right now in peace.
I'm trying to remember, while you were talking about hotels, and you can't go to hotels.
Why would I want to go to hotels?
I was trying to remember a story I heard about, I was trying to remember the exact place it happened, but it's not getting in. About this particular couple that went to a hotel, and they didn't know it's an organ harvesting home. You know, yes, a hotel. I've been trying to get it through my head, the particular place, so it's not like I'm making false statements.
Yeah, you're not making false.
Yes, and then
I've had an experience like that.
Then this couple said it was a tragic experience for them, because they did not know that hospital, the hotel, that's what they do. You know, God just saved them and they escaped out of that. So I am still trying to, like you said, trying to wrap it around why now people accuse hospitals in Akwa Ibom saying that most of the hospitals are involved in, because if a human being gets missing, those people are owned by persons. Not if they get missing, they'll be called out and say, oh, I am looking for this person. This person was in this hospital. This person was here. Issues would have been raised up, you know, in time past and all of that. So, like we said, these allegations are things that needs to be looked into properly and be sure that they are actually real. It
is a sad one, honestly. You understand? It's a sad one. We've heard of missing organs in hospitals, but I've never heard of anyone in Akwa Ibom. We've had I think in the north also, one of these northern states, where they said someone went for a surgery and was it for something, whatever, and the doctor harvested the kidneys. I think that guy later died. You understand? So that was in the north. I have never heard of any in the south.
Victor, I'm trying to think right here. What if in an instance, those people get admitted in this hospital? I'm trying to think. I'm not siding NAPTIP.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think from an angle where if those individuals get admitted in the hospitals, their organs get harvested and get stitched back, that nobody notices that this thing has actually happened, and the next thing they say, we lost this patient. I'm trying to think from that angle.
Had was from the north. The only one I have had was from the north.
In that instance, that doctor was caught.
The doctor was
out on the spot.
No, not on the spot.
Okay.
I think the lady also, they had to go for a scan. She was complaining she couldn't urinate and stuff like that. Okay. They had to go for a scan, and they found out that it was even that was 2 cases here. A guy, a young boy, they found out that the kidneys were missing. It was in the news, all over the news. It was in the north. Same thing with
Was he dead already?
No. He was alive.
He was alive, but he
couldn't.
2 kidneys were missing.
Kidneys, yes.
Can someone survive? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical practitioner.
At least you take that time
for some period of time.
You can urinate and stuff like that. One can survive with a single kidney.
Yes, I know that.
Without the kidney. Double gone, that's like kidney failure. You understand? So you have all those symptoms like not urinating, foaming, or whatever, and stuff like that. And it was discovered that the kidneys were missing. The guy was arrested. You understand? So if they had said hotels, they shouldn't even be pinning it to a particular state. We've had cases here.
Okay, they should cause it
They
across
should, you understand me?
and just raise it
Yes,
over
not
the
demarcating a state. We've had cases here in Rivers State in terms of organ harvesting. At least I know that person personally.
Yeah, aside hospitals, individuals
hotels. They engage, not really hotels per se, engaging in it.
Some hotels.
No. That's the mistake we usually make. That's what.
Okay, what's the word? What's the word that should be used?
Do you know when the stories came up? I know this guy. When the stories came up, it was a known news in Rivers State here.
Okay.
That was way back 2000 and that was not 2007. That should be around 2003, 2004 or so. Now, this guy, what was he doing? He goes to the club. He picks girls. Normal. He goes to a hotel. You get now. Most hotels, their what's it called? Their bathroom system is channeled to the gutter. Some to the what's it called? The sewage tank. What they do is sometimes, or from what the stories we had, that this guy takes them to a hotel, kills them inside the hotel.
His hotel.
Not his hotel.
Okay.
Kills them inside the hotel. Cut them into, as in shred them, put them in a bag, and move them. So even if you go into the hotel,
you will
not find anything. You will not find anything because it was a clean deal from the bathtub. The blood, everything will be washed off. That guy, I think they caught him around that Obum Nabali axis when he tied someone. Then during the days of vigilante and everything.
Wait, I saw something like that.
I am telling
that
you.
He denied.
He did not deny it. They took them to even. I have a friend.
He said he did not plan to kill her. That she just came to see him.
No, not that one. This one, he carried someone that was working for him.
Okay, they caught him with the person. Okay.
Now, when they went to the house, they saw human parts in the freezer. They carried him to the cemetery. They beat them, like they mobbed him, carried him. Now, when he was running, he called someone, a friend of his that was in his house with his family. The guy never knew what was going on. That's why I keep telling people, if you're drinking with people, if you don't know the source of income of that person, he can't just call you where you dey, come, I get problem, you stand up. This guy don't even know. He had his family. He left there, took the father's car, went to Obum Nabali. When they saw him, what's happened? They carried him to. He was the one that died. From the stories we had, that other one, the main person, didn't die.
Wait, they mobbed him and killed him?
They did not kill. They took them to the cemetery. They were about killing them. That the government, what was it called? Government officials, because I won't call names, that he was related to a very top government official. Some persons, if they are listening now, they know these stories. It was heavy in Rivers State. At the end of the day, do you know it was just less than a year ago that I knew that particular one, the guy that did the thing, didn't die. That he was rescued. Whereas the person that came to rescue him, that he called, died. Now you're seeing the
problem. Does it mean there's an organized body that sponsors this activity, that this particular individual?
You know this thing, it's an organized thing. Illegal harvesting of organs, it's a multi-million, if not billion-dollar project. Yes.
I know.
It's illegal, but it's multi-billion. Their network is out of it. The network is out of it. So it's multi-billion. These guys, their network is strong. It have been there from time immemorial. We had the stories of the Otokotos and everything. It was not forget Ekweremadu. Ekweremadu carried someone from here. We're saying illegal, like Ekweremadu's own was almost legal.
Because
if not
he
that
did
the
it
guy,
with the person's consent.
yes,
Okay.
if not that the guy came out to say he was forced or whatever, I don't know who advised him, or if he was actually saying, or if he was saying the truth. It was almost a legal thing because he gave consent from what the Ekwemados they were saying. You understand? We're saying illegal, killing people,
Okay.
harvesting their organs and stuff
and
like
sell
that,
them.
and sell them. We had it from the days of Otokoto. It's still organ harvesting. You remove someone's head for ritual purpose. Maybe you remove kidneys for whatever purpose they were using it for. Hearts for whatever they were using it for. It's still organ harvesting. So coming to tell us this, let's go back to what's it called? NAPTIP. Coming to pin it to a particular state. I am not from Akwa Ibom. It is wrong. I think the Akwa Ibom even needs to sue because it is wrong. You can't pin it to a state that these people they are doing this thing. If you say even you accusing them of child trafficking, is he only channeled to the Akwa Ibom? No, it is not. It's everywhere. You come to River State, you see people giving out their children. You go to what's it called? The North. I've seen people that have northern helps that are southerners. Do you know even Lebanese people they are helps here. Niger people, they are people's helps, house helps, and maids. So pinning it to a particular area, it is wrong. It is wrong. That's my take on it. It is very, very, very wrong.
Okay.
We've not seen no case. I've never seen. I always watch the news and everything. I have never seen, or if you people have reported, I don't know. Maybe you tell me now if you guys have reported it. I have never heard that is from Akwa Ibom. It is wrong. The state government needs to take action on this. If not, they will lose a whole lot. Honestly, they will lose a whole lot. Business-wise, hospital, name it. They will lose a whole lot. Economically, they will go down.
Thank you, and that's Mr. Victor. Moving forward, Mr. Lawan Abba Wakelbe, the Borno Commissioner for Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, has advocated urgent intervention to empower freed Boko Haram captives to enhance their economic and social protection. Wakelbe stated this during a courtesy visit by Satu Amin, Chief Executive Officer, Amin Foundation for Peace, on Friday in Maiduguri. He said the call was imperative to fast-track support and integration of the victims into the society to enable them to resume normal life. The commissioner lamented that some of the freed victims were exposed to sexual abuse due to their vulnerability, poverty, and lack of support. These vulnerable individuals need urgent reintegration and support, he said, adding that the spite of sexual abuse could be attributed to poverty and lack of viable alternatives for survival. He also called for the establishment of technical, vocational, education and training centers in border communities like Bama, Goza, and Kamburugara to empower the resettled victims of conflict. We need sustainable programs to address their vulnerability and provide alternatives. Poverty drives many of these individuals into vices like prostitution. He said that the state government had trained over 300 women in vocational skills and distributed start-up packs to enable them to become self-reliant. Wakelbe reiterated government's commitment to partner with development organizations and agencies to address problems affecting victims of the conflict. Do you agree with the commissioner that this empowerment to actually reduce that, because after these victims are released, there is this traumatic experience that lasts for a very long time, probably lifetime experience. Do you agree that empowerment, vocational programs will aid them to actually reintegrate back into the society?
First things first, I don't think empowering someone that have gone through serious traumas first will actually make them feel reintegrated. Why am I saying this? First things first, all you need to do, if you've known or you've heard from kidnapped victims, they'll tell you that even up till this moment, even up to the moment they are discussing with you, they cannot fathom how to be reintegrated. Now, it's just like kidnapping someone. The person will have that phobia for even going out.
Being around people.
Being around people. So how is empowerment going to help these people? No. First things first, what I expect the commissioner to have said was, build their brain, their confidence, their psyche. They need mental, should I use the word empowerment too? They need to be reintegrated mentally. They need to be, they need to pass through, I don't know the right word to use. They need to be psychologically balanced again. Though it takes a longer time, most of them, while in captivity, they were beaten, like thoroughly beaten. Some were raped, not maybe by
most of the girls were raped. There was this time where they actually married most of the girls.
Now, most
and made them
it's
their
not
children
just
for
being
them.
raped. You understand me? Now, you're forced into marriage. You're gang raped. Like, do you know the trauma these people they pass through or they've gone through? And you're saying empowerment. What empowerment are you talking about? You understand? Some persons were kidnapped from or abducted from the school. And maybe you're coming back now to say you want to send them back to school. How will that experience
thing,
it will be there.
Back, yes.
It will be there. So you have to give them that thing, that confidence again. Not empowering. Empowerment is good. But before the empowerment, you are supposed to, see, these people now, do you know some of them, they go into prostitution? Because probably they were gang raped. It was brutal and everything. So they were like, or they'll be like, come on, what is this? Let me do this for money. It's not about being poor. Most of these people we see that we call prostitutes, they are not really being poor. They are not really poor. But you see that body count thing from childhood, that thing, satisfaction, whatever, name it. Now, those ones beating, how do you think they will feel coming out to the open? Maybe they were abducted from the market. How do you think they will go back to the market? Or they'll go back to where people are gathering? That fear will be there. That phobia will be there. So the commissioner should, the people, they should talk more of trying to, mold back these people into humans again, because right now the way most of them they are no longer humans. Let me use that word. They are no longer humans. Empowerment, like I said, it's good, but you must have to reintegrate them first mentally. They need to be sound. They need to be okay. Most of them are going through traumas. I've seen someone that they kidnapped. Up till this moment as we speak, he cannot even drive alone. He cannot drive alone. He's always locking himself.
It will be difficult to even trust family members.
You will
not trust, and you will not feel comfortable around anybody.
Who actually sold you out? Who actually informed these people of your presence?
Yes.
You get, so reintegrating them is something you need to start psychologically. They need to be sound.
They need a mind sensitization.
Yes, we've had stories of people that were kidnapped or abducted. When they came back, they killed themselves because they cannot fit in no more. We had the woman that she was going for what? I think it was some weeks ago. She was going for something, and they abducted her. She had a husband. Now they married her out there. She now had a baby, and finally she was rescued. The husband have remarried. The husband have remarried. Now it's real. The thing raised questions. If you were the man, are you going to take her back? She's coming with a child. Now you have remarried. What will not happen? She is coming back with a child of a terrorist, of someone that forced himself on her. She can't let go of the child because it's, mothers, they have that love, that whatever, they carried the child. She have lost marriage. So how will she be sound again? She can never be sound again. If such persons now go to kill herself or something, will she be blamed? Fine, suicide is not an option. You understand me? But how will you reintegrate yourself to the society? There is no amount of empowerment that you empower that woman, no amount of business you give to her that she'll be okay.
Yes.
So she needs to be sound up here first. She needs to be sound up here. So except the empowerment they are saying is maybe trying to, take them for sessions, to talk about
and be around the same people that were also affected.
Same people that you were there with. So it's still there. It's
easier if you're around the people that had same experience with you than different people.
It's still same experience. You even hear worse.
And then get
or
to
you might
speak
even
up
hear
about
less and you think, okay, I'm the worst hit here. You get? So it's something they need to. This is a very broad thing here. You just don't say empowering people when they have not really been integrated. Empowerment does not reintegrate someone back. Empowerment does not change that thought, that trauma the person has faced. It's not done.
Rape alone is actually a big traumatic experience. And imagine when you were abducted.
There are things I cannot say on TV here.
Forced to bear child and keep the child.
Yes, do you know most men today that people call humanizers, they were actually molested while growing up.
Victor, let's not
I'm giving you this thing. Now, you hear people of, what was it called? That they are going into prostitution.
Yes.
Most of them, they were not prostitutes. Some were even virgins when they were abducted.
Yes.
But now they are going into prostitution. What do you think changed that thing? They were molested. So we've got people, when you see this man or this woman, she moves out, she walks, she like the Nigerian language, she be walkabout. Or this man, fool, I won't call that name. You understand? Trace the roots.
Yes, it's always from
the trauma, that thing, that experience.
That
You get? So it's not about empowering people. How much have you done to change that trauma or to you understand me, to remove that thing? We know it's not easy to go. In fact, it does not go. It's a lifetime thing. It's just like when they say a madman is always a madman, no matter how you treat them. If the man smiles, you'll be like, this one are crazy. You understand me? So that is it. That's what they are supposed to be thinking of. Trying to douse it, trying to make them normal again. Which we know is not possible, but at least let them be at least 70 to 80% normal. Not when someone is having that phobia, is like, and you're now telling me you want to empower the person. That's like empowering them in futility.
Thank you, Victor, on that. He's saying empowerment is not a bad one, but
no, it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one.
The mind psyche,
yes.
empowerment is actually the right place, because that abduction process, the whole thing, kidnapped experience and rape experience is actually a traumatic one, and it takes a very long time to clear off the mind.
Very long.
Sometimes doesn't clear off the mind. Well, thank you on that, Victor. Federal lawmakers in both chambers of the National Assembly have experienced strong reservations about the effectiveness of border closure by the federal government. Speaking at the Joint Committees on Industry, Trade and Investment in 2025 Budget Defense by the Trade Ministry, Senator representing Osun East, Senator Francis Adeniba Fadunusi noted that the exit of Nigeria Republic and Chad from the economic community of West African states with the consequent opening of their borders to Nigerians are worsening the menace of insecurity across the affected states. Border closure is hampering the economic fortunes of the country because rather than curb smuggling, it encourages it, he stated. The committee later urged the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, who came for the budget defense session, to liaise with the presidency on the way out of the border closure. In her submission, House of Representatives member representing Nigeria Federal Constituency of Yobe State, Honorable Fatima Tauba, declares that the borders in her constituency were technically open, not closed, going by free movement of people and even criminals across the borders. It is time for us to stop making fun of ourselves with border closure. Actually, the word what they use is also time for us to stop fooling ourselves. But there are certain words we don't use, but you just need to understand what they were referring to. But I'd love to get your thoughts about the border closure and opening and reopening it. What do you have to say concerning this coming from the National House of Assembly and the lawmakers?
Honorable Fatima, I've already said it now. It's time we stop making fun of ourselves with the stories of border closure and what's it called, opening and closing of the borders. If you've been to the border, you will know that there is no closure anywhere. People move in and out. It's not like the Mexican and American border where you don't try it. But you see, if you see this thing there, you see it like it's just a line. People cross. People trade. They do businesses without being checked. You don't even know who a Nigerian is and a Nigerian. They do businesses at the border without passports. And they come in. The customs are there.
They just walk in.
I'm telling you, I've been there now. I've been there. I've been there. You know, people even go to Ghana, without passports. People go to Ghana.
Right now, the Ghana president has actually made it easy for foreigners to come in without passports.
But at least you need a passport. You don't need a visa, but you need a passport.
Yes, you don't need a visa.
You need a passport. That's what makes you at least it must be signed or stamped. Knowing that you're in the country. So this border closure thing, if you go to the border, you start laughing. You know that instead of saying, let's use the word. Now, from what this lady said, or from what the other one, the Potiskum rep member there, what he said, these things, instead of tagging it smuggling because it enters freely, you see their produce, their things entering freely. You see ours entering freely to theirs. Why they target what's it called, smuggling, is because there is a tag or there is a media written what's it called, statement that the border is closed, which we know that the borders are not closed. People go in freely. People trade at the end at that border there. So the federal government, I think they should just let it open. What's it called? Niger is no longer with ECOWAS from what we had. They are pulling out. So right now, if you cannot make it, if you cannot tighten up your borders, then let it be open. Just like what Fatima said, they shouldn't be making fun of it because she knows. Such words, like you said, it's not supposed to come. It's not supposed to be it's not supposed to be heard of or something. But it's coming from a rep to tell you that she knows what is going on. You get, so this border closure thing. To me, the federal government should just open it, because instead of tagging things smuggling, and you're not making money, the government is losing money. If
the borders were closed, how did the new terrorist group get into the country? The otherwise known so-called Lakurawa groups.
Because our borders are porous. Our borders are porous. Our borders are porous. I've told you this thing. If you've been to the borders, you know it's a free flow. It's a free flow. People move. We have borders here in Cross River. They have borders now with Cameroon. You know how people move there. The Okazi sales and everything. Are they stopped? No. These things are free. They should open the borders for people and make more money than you saying it's smuggling. Because they don't smuggle these things. You go there, you see it, they move freely. The customs guys, the immigration guys, they are making good money.
Is it that the federal government is not aware about this thing going on?
The federal government is their presence not there. Once a customs officer is there, a police officer is there, immigration officer is there, then the federal government presence is there.
You know what I mean? I mean, according to the hierarchy of the government, let's say the president is those custom officers, we've had conversations about the custom officers and the smuggling issue that is attached to them. You know, so we would not want to categorize them as parts. They are actually part of the federal government.
They are the government.
Yes, but they are not playing the role. And we're talking about hierarchy here. Like from the National House of Assembly, there are others that are made that can alter this movement at the borders. The custom officers, like you said, are making lots of money because it's to their benefits. Money. If they decided to place themselves as the federal government agency, they will not allow all these things to go on. That is why I made that statement. You know, so is it that the House of Assembly or the presidency is not aware about this processes going on at the borders? You
know, the presidency, in quotes, will not be everywhere at the same time. That's why they have representatives. I don't know if you get the presidency, in quotes. The president, let me use the word, the president will not be everywhere. That's why he's got ministers. We have what's it called, parastatals, and every government parastatals
that handle all
those things. Now the news or the matter is now being raised at the National Assembly. So now you know it's a national thing. They have been discussing it, or it have been discussed at the chambers. So it's left for the customs officers, which I know they will invite them. They are maybe the Controller General.
Okay, so they have to invite them and put
them to know what's going on.
Okay.
And now they are suggesting, because they are kicking against the closure. The closure. So it's left for the federal government to know what to do.
And know why it's not been closed since it was stated that it was closed.
You understand? Yes. So they have to know what to do to be able to solve the situation here. You get, so I think it's just the federal government.
So in your instance, do you think the border should be closed or it should be open?
It should be open.
But isn't that so going to cause nuisance and
how?
Allow
it should be open, but checkmate. They have to checkmate
them. Okay.
It should be open. See, what's it called, Benin here? Do you know how much those people they are making? They are just an importing nation. They receive. You bring cars, they receive. You bring whatever it is.
Anything you bring.
They receive and they are making money. So imagine we having such. I remember it was in 99 or 2000 or so when they had, there was this vessel that came in when they had, you had different cars, Golf, Opel, and the rest of them. Volkswagen products and some other products that came in. There was this Roro ship that came into, what's it called? MPA here. We knew how cars were cheap then in Port Harcourt. People were buying Golf, I think then for 70, 100K. Whereas if you had gone to Beneden and the rest of them, you should be having them for like 450,000 then. But we were buying here for 400, 150, 100.
Was I born by then?
99. No, you were.
I was
You
joking.
were,
I'm joking because I was not aware about it.
It happened in River State. 2000, no, it was 2001. Yeah, 99, 2000, 2001. We had influx of Opel Senators, Opel Optra, and the rest of so many cars. It happened in this thing here. If you go to Lagos, same thing. So I think they should open the borders, but they should checkmate them.
The activities that go on there.
Yeah. Because these customs guys, they are making serious money. Since you have said you are closing it and we cannot, we don't have everything that we need to make it remain closed or something, we are making money from it. Fuels are moving past it, tankers. Do you know how much these guys will pay? Do you know how much? You don't even need to disagree with them because at the end of the day, they might even set you up and you go. They kill you.
Okay, thank you on that, Victor. Economic reforms of the Tinubu administration, including the market-based pricing of premium motor spirits, PMS, and adjustments to foreign exchange policies, have saved the country approximately 930 billion naira, in previously lost revenue, according to Finance Minister and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun. The 930 billion naira represents about 5% of revenue losses addressed through these measures. Edun told the Senate Committee on Appropriations during a briefing on the 2025 appropriation bill on Thursday that the administration inherited a precarious economy but has implemented targeted reforms that have now placed the country on a recovery trajectory. Nigeria's gross domestic products growth, he said, exceeded 3% last year, a figure he described as a milestone, particularly when compared to developed nations struggling to achieve 1% growth. Edun explained that the 2025 budget is planned to build on the successes of the previous year, prioritizing increased tax to GDP ratios and higher national revenues. He spoke of President Tinubu's commitment to maintaining fiscal stability, meeting debt obligations, and implementing reforms that foster exclusive growth. Do you think, Victor, that the economic reforms that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has actually saved the whole lot, just from the finance minister has stated?
Reform have saved a whole lot, 930 billion, and we're still borrowing, right? We're still borrowing. What's the monies that have been saved? What's it for? If they are actually being saved, what's it for? Every day you write to the National Assembly, or every month you write to the National Assembly that you want to borrow money and stuff like that.
And China actually borrowed some amount of money for the Kano-Kaduna Railway, yes, recently.
China have been on our rail system.
So someone actually said it's high time for China to actually buy Nigeria.
My thing is they should come out and tell us if it's China that owns our rail systems now. Because from the time of Buhari, the former president, it had been China, rail system, China this one, China that one. Now China again, still rail system. Now we have 930 billion from what Edun is saying, yet we are borrowing. You've squeezed the common man with policies, economic policies that as far as Victor Chimzi Insegbe is concerned, they are not working. Fine, you've saved 930 billion and you still want to borrow. What is it for? Who are they telling? Or those ones are just in papers? Okay, the money that has been saved, you are telling us you've saved 930 billion. The 930 billion, what have you done with that money? I remember when he came on board, they said, you have saved some billions, but yet you are still borrowing. Every day you're borrowing, every month you're borrowing, every year you're borrowing.
So you do not agree with the finance minister when they're doing that? Those reformers actually done save the 3%.
He's doing his job. He's doing his job. They are giving us figures.
What's his job?
His job is to, they said they are making the economy recover now. His job now, he's trying to bring out figures for us. Huh? They are giving us figures.
So he's bringing out figures.
They are giving us figures. Are they giving us facts? When I mean facts, what this money that have been saved, what have it been channeled to? Where have the money been channeled to? We remember during the time of Buhari, they said late General Sani Abacha's loot, this one, that one, it was running into billions on billions every day. They are saying they are repatriating billions there. What did they do with the money? Or what have been done with the money? Now you're saying you've recovered, you've saved 930 billion on the economy, whatever. What have you done with it? You're giving us figures. What are the facts? What have you done? What exactly? What thing? Where have this money been channeled to? If this money is actually there, why have we been borrowing the way we're borrowing? Why have we been borrowing the way we're borrowing? So these people, I don't know if they are giving us, if they are just taking us on a ride or something, but I don't know. That's just the truth.
You don't know.
I'm telling you, they make you start doubting your sanity. You don't even understand what's going on again. You've saved this, you're borrowing this. Or have you recovered 930 billion for luxury? Tomorrow you write to the National Assembly that they should approve your letter you need to go and borrow. And the National Assembly people, in less than 24 hours, they've approved it. Who are they deceiving? Who are they deceiving in this nation? They will make you doubt your sanity. That's just the truth. They will make you doubt your sanity because I don't even know what's going on again. That's just the truth. Because right now you will come here, we will analyze. At the end of the day, if you go through with their figures, you'll be like, I'm not even seeing anything, no. Yet they are telling me they are doing this, they are doing this, they are doing. So what is it? That's why I'm saying I don't even know what's happening again. Because right now I am confused.
President Bola Tinubu actually made a New Year declaration presidential speech.
Okay. He made a declaration that what again?
He made promises about things he would get to implement.
We talked about it was it 2 weeks ago or last week?
Yes. So maybe we should actually get to wait and see where that
the vice president
because
said we should anticipate.
Has actually yes, what Vice President Shatima said we should anticipate. Yes, and the president has also made statements of baby steps and then the light after the tunnels. And then
you have to carry your torch. I told you, let's go and put the lights there because if you're moving through the tunnels, you will never see this light when it comes to these people. You will never. There is no light at the end of any tunnel. We have to make the lights. Let me tell you, these people have been saying we are the leaders of tomorrow. We don't the old though.
So that's why I'm saying let's anticipate, like the vice president has let's see where this
if you should allow this hair now, you see grey hair. And since I was little, they are telling me I'm the leader of tomorrow. If I should allow it to come up a bit, you see grey hairs everywhere. Is it when I start having grandchildren that I'll be the leader?
You're still a leader while you're here.
No. They said we are the leaders of tomorrow. The leaders of tomorrow, they keep postponing it. Now I've got grey hair, and they are still telling me I'm the leader of tomorrow. Tomorrow my kids will come up and they'll tell them they are the leaders of tomorrow. How?
Thank you, Victor. Let's anticipate and see.
We're anticipating now. The vice president said we should anticipate.
Yes, we're waiting for it.
We're waiting now. We're waiting.
Moving forward, Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has rejected 40 billion naira earmarked for it as 2025 budget estimates. It actually got approval for 126 billion naira. It proposed to the National Assembly through its Joint Committee on INEC and Electoral Matters. Rejection of the 40 billion naira yearly budget envelope for the electoral body was made by its chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, to the Joint Committee during the budget defense session. The INEC boss, in his presentation before the Joint Committee chaired by Senator Sarah Fadin Ali, APC Oyo State, said elections in Nigeria have become a huge burden requiring adequate funding. Our proposal for the 2025 budget, the provisions requires the sum of over 126 billion naira, he stated. We would like the support of the National Assembly to enable us to achieve our responsibilities in the first line charge, and most of these responsibilities are constitutional. In a nutshell, the 40 billion naira budget envelopes given to us for 2025 will not cover 1/3 of projected expenses, which totally amount to over 126 billion naira. We just talked about the 926 billion naira, yeah?
930 billion.
That the president has actually saved, you know,
930 billion.
According 930, that the president has actually saved, according to the finance minister.
Yeah.
And then INEC has rejected 40 billion naira that was
Yearly,
yes, for the 2025 budget, and asked for 126 billion naira allocation. Well, do you think this was actually a right step to take? According to what the chairman said, that the 20 billion that was actually given wasn't enough to sort out what was needed.
These people, when they are calling billion, they should pity Nigerians. Because the way they call those billions, is as if the money have no value. I don't see no reasons. Why the INEC will reject a 20 billion.
I'm sorry, it was 40 billion.
A 40 billion, what's it called?
Naira.
INEC rejects 20
40,
billion.
it was 40 billion.
INEC rejects 40 billion.
Yeah, it was 40 billion.
Now you're rejecting 40 billion yearly. How much is our education? How much was given to education, or was put for education? How much? Now yours is just to conduct an election, and you're needing 126 billion every year. Who does that? Is that not fraud? Is that not fraud? The money that, even if you give them 1 trillion, are we going to have a credible election in this country? The answer is no. A capital No. So them rejecting this thing, I think the president, I'm even calling on the president to sack that, what's it called, Mahmoud Yakub. Because the man does not know what he's doing. Do you know what it means? You're proposing 126 billion for what? Yearly? That amounts to almost 500 billion for in 4 years. Who does that? These people, they don't have conscience when they want to loot this nation.
Do you call that looting?
I'll call it looting.
Okay.
What is the money for? What is it meant for? What's it meant for? And you're requesting 126 billion yearly? Neighboring countries, even bigger countries, even countries that are more populated than us, how much is it they spend on elections and what's it called, yearly? Or that they allocate to them? Education, how much did they give to education?
You're going for, how about health sector?
No, I'm coming. Education, how much? They said education is the bedrock of what's it called, any nation. I mean, what they call it. And now, what about health? Then yours is a once in a yearly what's it called, fruitless exercise, and you're requesting for 126 billion.
In your thoughts, do you think the House will pass?
They will not pass it. If they try it, we'll call for a protest. They will not try it. If they are not okay with the 40 billion, let them go. What is it? Calling billions as if, do you know what it means, half a trillion? It's wrong. These people shouldn't be taking the nation on a ride. What is it? What are they supposed to do with that such an amount? I'm telling you, bigger nations outside the shores of Africa, they won't spend such. They won't spend such. It is wrong. These people, I don't know. It's painful. No. See, today I've just been so upset with this whole news. Nigeria shouldn't be a place where you're listening to the news, you're feeling bad always. Now, not to talk of you analyzing the news. When I feel bad listening to the news, I'll now come and be analyzing it. How will I be feeling? I'll be feeling so upset and so sad. These people, they want to see. I will not have BP because of Nigeria. That's just the truth. I will not have BP because of Nigeria. Because what they are doing right now is giving a whole lot of people BP. But me, I will not have BP because of Nigeria. Someone will say you cannot on your television again, that you will not hear bad news. And the bad news that you're even hearing is something that is not supposed to be. The news that you're hearing is not supposed to be. And that's what you're hearing. And now Victor will now still come back again. You're now analyzing bad news. When you cannot even hold the bad news well. You're now analyzing bad news. It is, see, this, that's what's making us like, when we're, sometimes you'll be like, what is going on? What is happening in this nation?
Excuse me.
Huh? What is happening in this nation? You listen to bad news, you're analyzing bad news. I will later go out, I'll still discuss bad news. It's something that it's pathetic. It's not a good one. It is not. It is not a good one. At all. It's not a good one.
Thank you on that, Victor. Well, it's just been a sentimental situation here. I just want to get your thoughts quickly. This proposal that was done by INEC. I'm sorry, I don't want us to get
no, you need to laugh. It's painful.
I don't want us to get sentimental about it.
No, me, it's personal. Not just it's personal. It's personal.
I am trying to hold it, but I'm human.
Open up. If not, your chest will choke.
I'm human. Do you think this proposal will? Okay, I asked if it will pass.
It will not see the light of the day.
Considering the facts that they gave, they listed reasons why they refused the 40 billion naira due to the high rates of dollar.
Yeah,
we have to, yes, and the cost of things. This bill, do you think it's something that should be cut down, increased to probably 60? Even though, like you said, that the 126
they shouldn't even increase to 41.0001.
So the 40 billion naira should be an acceptable
if not
one.
Reduced.
Okay.
If not reduced.
Thank you on that, Victor. Thank you so much. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, we will continue with the rest of the story. Just stay with us. Welcome back. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has invited Wahab and Rahem Okoya, sons of billionaire businessman Chief Razak Okoya, for questioning over alleged naira abuse. Rahem and Wahab are expected to report to the Commissioner's Lagos office for questioning on Monday. The brothers sparked widespread criticism after a video surfaced showing them flaunting and spraying bundles of 1,000 naira notes in a video. The duo, dressed in white agbadas, danced while a mobile policeman held stacks of Crips naira notes which they flung into the air. The act, perceived by many as disregard for the naira, drew condemnation on social media, with some Nigerians expressing doubts about accountability due to their father's influential status. The Nigeria Police Force spokesperson Muyiwa Adejobi on Thursday said the officer seen in the video had been detained and identified and detained. EFCC's head of media and publicity, Dele Oyewale, said they have been invited for questioning. One of Okoya's son, Rahem, issued a public apology via his X account, stating to the Nigerian people, "My actions were not intended to cause any trouble or harm. My intentions were pure and naive. I asked for your forgiveness and support as I had no intention of raising such an alarm. I wasn't fully aware of the consequences of my actions." Quickly, Victor, let's try not to get you upset this time. Well, what do you have to say concerning this issue? Because yes, okay, that's good. The policeman that was in the video was actually detained, you know, and then we're still we're getting this that the EFCC invited Okoya's sons for questioning. You know, do you think there's something kind of a contradiction in this instance?
Well, from this whole thing, I wouldn't say I'm a pessimist, no, but this one, let's be optimistic, okay. which I doubt, that those guys will be prosecuted. The only scapegoats there that I feel for and I pity is the government's presence there, which is the police officer. Now, let me ask you, if you know the Razak Okoya people, those are the Eleganza group, right? You know how wealthy, they are stinkingly wealthy. Their father is super wealthy, that even our president respects that man.
So now, I'm so sorry to cut you short. In that instance, are you trying to say that because of their father's class?
No. I'm only saying there will be a scapegoat, and the scapegoats have already been detained.
The policeman.
The police
so the main let's not say culprit, the main person that actually caused the reason.
So all I see that will play out in this thing is just maybe they settle out of court.
And then the policeman could, as he's been detained, he could be his license could be taken away from him.
No, no, definitely they will not do that.
Okay.
Maybe they'll just send him back to the stations, probably removing him from the Okoyas, okay, which will be a bad thing to him. Which will be how will I put it? A wrong deed to him.
So I wanted to ask you, does it mean that the law is a respecter of persons?
See, let's not shy away from the truth. The law respects some humans.
The law generally in the whole world, or just in Nigeria?
Everywhere in the world.
Okay.
The law respects some humans. Let's not shy away from those things.
Okay.
We've had stories in the UK where Prince Andrew and the rest of them, where they will be talking of what's it called, trafficking and everything, prostitution rings and everything. Have he been prosecuted? All we hear is out of court settlement and victims hush money and whatever. The poor, they have people that you cannot touch them. They are untouchable. When you are in Nigeria here, Chief Razak Okoya is one. This is a person our president once said whenever he needs money, he runs to Rasa Kokoya. You've seen videos where the president shakes this man with 2 hands. You see videos where when you see this thing, you see that respect, you see that you will not prosecute his children. It's not possible. It will be an off paper something. They will just, okay, go and sin no more. They've had cases like that. They won't face prosecution. Tomorrow is Monday. Is it 14th or 13th? Tomorrow is Monday. They will go there. If at all they will, but they will go. Nothing will happen. They will not detain them. They will not take them to court.
But in cases where this is actually an abusive instance, the Naira abuse is actually the thing that is not being overlooked. If you recall the case of Bobrisky, the cross-dresser, he was arrested, you know, and then jailed for some time over the same issue. And I mean, yes, you're talking about that the law respects certain classes of people.
We shouldn't shy away from that.
So in this instance, if Bobrisky is actually aware, I'm sure he is aware, or she is aware of this instance.
He is a man. He's not a woman.
It's that's the argument here.
No, you said she. She is not a she. He's not a she.
Okay.
He's a he.
He is aware.
Yes.
Is that fine? He is aware that this situation has come up, and we know how the issue, how the whole thing started. It's actually after he got released, it regenerated that he got apprehended at the airport, complained about bruises and altercations and everything that happened in the process, that he had to flee the country to the UK to cool off for some time. Imagine seeing this instance, Nigerians seeing this instance, and we actually saw what happened during the Bobrisky scenario. Do you think this is something that we should accept? Are we supposed to get to have to look at it the other angle, that Nigeria actually is not favorable to certain people?
Now let's start with not just Bobrisky. The first person that fell prey to this thing was an actress. She was jailed. Now, later Bobrisky. He pleaded guilty. He was jailed. They now later went to, what's it called? The one they call Cubana chief priest. What happened?
He was charged to pay 10 million.
Out of court settlement, right?
Yes.
He didn't go to court. They settled out of court. They settled out of court. Now, you see the Rasa Kokoya, do you think they will jail his children? Do you think they will jail his children? It's not possible. Now, why did Bobrisky's own happen like that? He pled guilty to it. The other actress pled guilty to it. You understand? Now they were sentenced. Should I use the word lighter? They gave them light sentences. Now, what happened to Bobrisky's own? He came out. There were stories that he had a VIP treatment, where they claimed the leaked audio and everything, that he was not even in the prisons, and that matter is still there till today. That was why that matter raised a whole lot of dust. So coming to the Okoyas, that family, we're not saying they are above the law, but when it comes to this issue, this particular issue that we're saying, those boys will not be given any sentence. You will not even hear any story of them paying fines. Mark my word. You know why? Because they will have a political future tomorrow. They will have futures tomorrow. Tomorrow, you won't have anything to use against them. Wahab Brahim, name them. These guys are, I don't know the right word to use. But believe you me, they will not be prosecuted. They will have a soft landing. We're here on Saturday or Sunday. I'll come again. I'll still tell you that these people, they were not jailed. They didn't plead guilty to nothing. They didn't do nothing to them. Mark my word, it will happen.
Well, thank you on that, Victor. Moving forward, National Christian Elders Forum on Saturday expressed worry over President Bola Tinubu's participation in the Arab Islamic Summit in Saudi Arabia last November. The elders observed that the president's participation misrepresents Nigeria's constitutional status as a secular state. NCEF Chairman Dr. Samuel Danjuma Gani, in a statement on the state of the nation on Saturday, noted that Section 10 of the Nigeria Constitution explicitly states that the government shall not adopt any religion as a state religion. Tinubu had last year attended an extraordinary Arab Islamic summit convened to address the current situation in the Middle East. The one-day summit was a follow-up to the Riyadh summit from 2023 and was attended by heads of states and governments of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation and the League of Arab. However, the Christian elders observed that Tinubu's actions should deepen the religious divide in Nigeria, saying that the president should not have participated in the Arab Islamic Summit because Nigeria is either an Arabic country or Islamic state. The forum further attributed the country's addressing condition to dysfunctional government policies, corruption, and perennial attacks on farmers by insurgents. From the NCEF, do you agree that what the president did participating with the Arab Islamic Summit was a wrong move to take?
How is it a wrong move to take?
Because I'm sure we have right of freedom of religion.
If you have right of freedom to religion, he's not going there to say Nigeria is a Muslim country or an Islamic country, no. He's a Muslim. Don't they go to, don't they go to, what's it called, when the president, we had Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, we have, what's it called, Obasanjo and the rest of them. Didn't they go to, what's it called, for pilgrimage or what? And money is not being allocated on stuff like that. So the president going to the Middle East or for the summit or something, I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong. He's a Muslim. He's got rights to go for whatever summit he wants to go to, even as a president. So we shouldn't always be saying this Christian and Muslim thing. These are things that always divides the nation. If he goes for that one, fine and good. So, okay, if he does not go and he sends his representative, it's not as good as him going for it. They shouldn't be always wanting to always say, hey, this one, that one, that one. We want to be religious all the time. No, it's wrong. It's totally out of it. I don't subscribe to it. That's just the truth. I don't subscribe to it.
Okay. Coming from the NCEF, do you think religion and governance come hand in hand? Is there any connection between these two?
You know, we should always cut out this religion from governance. We should always cut it out. The president is the president for all. Right now, okay, we had a Muslim tickets. Didn't Christians vote for them? Today we have a Muslim president and vice president. As Christians, didn't some of us vote for him? So we shouldn't be ruling out all this, or we shouldn't start talking or being religious about things here. We should talk of things that moves the nation forward and not this thing. Most of these are religious leaders. Are they not the ones that had even caused the problems that we're facing right now? They're the ones that have caused it. So we should just stop all this their religion and no religion thing. And to me, it's uncalled for. It shouldn't even come up. The president is the president for all. It's president for all. So we shouldn't be talking of, what's it called, Islamic or whatever thing. If they are being given the opportunity, they'll say Nigeria is a Christian nation. So where would they not keep us now, the traditional people? Or the traditionalists then? Or the atheists? So we shouldn't be dividing it into this thing, the Christian and Muslim thing. It is wrong.
Victor, I know you're not a pastor or a...
I was a pastor.
You were a pastor? Oh,
yes,
impressive.
Yes.
Why? What happened?
Okay, that would be a story for another day, but I was a pastor.
I would love to know what actually happened. do you think there's a gap between Christianity and Islam?
A gap? I think...
Yeah, because there's oftentimes we hear about this contradictory statements from Islam attacking Christians.
Like
Christians,
I said, when,
it's just
when someone is a
here and
fanatic to what they believe, it tends to be problem. If you read the Bible down, you read the Quran, you're saying, why not they fight for themselves? Why not fight for your God? Why not allow your God to fight for himself? Why fight for your God? So I don't see all these things that you say you want to know what really happened. These are the things that made me to like know.
You were a pastor. That's impressive.
I was a pastor. A serious one at that. So I know everything. I know everything that is there. I know. So let's keep that one aside. And,
okay, because
we shouldn't be doing all this Christian Muslim thing. I don't like it.
Okay. Thank you on that.
Thank you.
We do not have time on our side, so we need to dive into the next story.
Okay.
And it's actually more on religion, that the Vatican has reportedly approved guidelines permitting gay men to enter seminaries and become priests, provided they remain celibate. The new guidelines issued by Italian bishops mark a departure from the 2016 instruction that discouraged candidates with deep-seated homosexual tendencies from entering the priesthood. The new directives encourage seminary directors to evaluate a candidate's sexual orientation as just one part of their overall personality. The Vatican has not explicitly banned gay men from the priesthood in the past, but the 2016 instruction had effectively created a barrier. Pope Francis, who has led the Catholic Church since 2013, has previously supported blessings for same-sex couples on a case-by-case basis and has been viewed by some as having taken a more welcoming approach towards the LGBTQ+ community. However, the question of admitting gay men into the priesthood has remained a sensitive and taboo topic. While the new guidelines apply specifically to Italy, it remains unclear whether they will influence policies in other countries. Just as when the LGBTQ+ was initiated in Italy, we noticed that almost other parts of the countries that are opening up and agreeing and saying, oh, well, this is who we are and all of that. Do you think this approval from Italy, again, accepting gay men to be priests, is a good one? I just want to get your thoughts on that. What do you have to say concerning this instance?
You know, this, you see religion, I'll tell you, it's man's giving thing to man. Like I said, I used to be a pastor. What happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? What was their crime? Now, you see Catholics. Sorry, I am not a Catholic. I don't want to. You understand me? But I think when you say Antichrist, according to them, I think it starts from the Catholic Church. I've read so much about those people, though we don't have plenty of time. I've read so much about those people. You understand that if there is anything, such thing as the devil, it's being housed in the Catholic Church. I'll give you an assignment today. Google where the Pope meets people. It's been structured as a snake. You see their whatever, what they wear and everything. You see pure idol worship. But when it comes to Africa here, we do a thing. They say it's wrong. It's idol. They do their cross, their ash, whatever. We do our chalk here. They say ours is wrong. Now you're saying gay men. Gay men. A man that is attracted to a man. A man that sleeps with a man will not be a priest.
As far as he remains celibate.
As long as, how will, there is this word they say, body no be firewood. If you say this man is gay, it's just like Victor now. You're telling me that Victor will go to the seminary and I will not remain celibate. It's a lie. It is not possible. It is not possible. So what these people are doing, I just say to them and to the Bible they believe in, it's end time. To them, I don't believe the world will come to an end. That's my belief. So I'm only using their Bible to tell them now that it is their end time. Because like from this, it's a taboo. We know being gay is hormonal. You understand? But we are now using their own Bible, their own manual. I'm not trying to judge them, but I'm using their own manual to ask them questions. I'm using their own manual to ask them questions. They claimed God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because men were sleeping with men, women were doing whatever. And now you are now imbibing that into the house of God. How? I tell people we shouldn't be deceived with this religious thing. With religion, we shouldn't be deceived at all. These people they know what they are doing. This man controlling man with a manual. This is another form of slavery. I am telling you, Google these things about the Catholics. Not to talk of the Pentecostal area where they've turned it to personal businesses and stuff like that. So which God are we calling? I prefer to be a traditional person, worshipping what my forefathers have enshrined to me, like have given to me. That
okay, you finally got to answer the question I asked.
This thing, like I tell people most times, people, whatever you come out to see your parents do, that is your religion. You were born here, like you were born, you come out every day, you say, oh, it's church. That's what you know. Some persons, they know the mosque. Some persons, they know that thing that they pour, the Ahmadiyya has and the whatever. So that's what they know. So I don't know. I know we don't have plenty of time no more, but I think maybe we'll continue this,
on that some other time. Thank you so much for being here, Victor. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and being sentimental to it.
I am not sentimental. I'm being personal here. I'm being real.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for being real.
Thank you.
And not getting too angry on those ones.
No, you have to be.
We are open for advert placements, bookings and commercials. You can connect with us on all our Atn socials on Facebook and YouTube, on Atn Television Network on Instagram and TikTok, on Atn TV Network 1 on Twitter, on Atn TV Net, which is live on our website at www.atlantic.net.work.tv. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Open air comes up shortly. Don't go away. I am Chidima Wadike. Have a blessed Sunday.